Hello everyone, and thank you for giving me a few moments of your time. Somerset County Council has been in the news quite a bit in the last week. We've had to make some really difficult decisions as a council to ensure that this year we remain financially viable. Now I know, talking to Pip, that there are a number of questions being asked about our future strategy. What does last week's decisions mean for us? So I hope to be able to provide some of the clarity and hopefully some reassurance by that. So what Pip and I have agreed is that she will ask me some of the questions that have already arisen, and we'll follow the conversation and see where that takes us.
So thank you, Stephen. My first question really relates to the providers that we have working with us, particularly around our community model. And I know that some of them are anxious about some of the decisions that were made last week. Perhaps you could give us some clarity on our future direction.
So, for those of you who've been watching the Council's performance for some time, you'll realise that in adults we've been doing really well. We've been managing. For those of you who've been watching the Council, specifically the adult social care part of it, you'll see our performance has really been improving over recent years. Now that's no secret. Now that's not through luck. That's because we've worked really closely with our providers and stakeholders, our communities, our formal partners, be that the NHS, be that our social care providers, be that our micro providers. We really do believe that our current approach is really successful, and we need to continue to invest in that to support that approach, because if we don't, our ability to manage the demand is going to be compromised. That's a really good question. Providing people with local information, advice and support is absolutely critical to ensuring people get quick, appropriate support. So for us, we want to continue the transformation that has been undergoing. So for us, we want to continue that transformation that has been underway for some time now. We want to build resilience in our individual communities. We need all parts of our system to transform, to be the most modern, to be the most cost effective, to ensure we can live within our means. And the CAB does some fantastic work, but equally so, some of the costs associated with it are just not sustainable moving forward.
So Stephen, are we entrenching back to a position whereby we're only going to be supporting our statutory function, and if so, what does that mean?
So you'll have heard lots of councils talk about needing to go back to statutory minimum. I've not had any conversations or started to explore that here in Somerset. For me, working with people early, helping people find the answers or the solutions to their problems at a local level is really important. Now, lots of councils see that as being the bit that they can drop. For me, the opposite is the case. I really want to ensure that we're helping people as quickly as possible find those answers, find that support, not push people away until their needs have become so great that we have no alternative but to meet those needs. Managing demand when people are at their most acute need is not a cost-effective, quality-effective way.
So Stephen, we're very committed to our promoting independence model and the three important planks of that, so a community-led approach and a change in the narrative and a preventative approach that helps people as soon as possible in order to keep on top of that. So what does that mean then specifically for our community partners, and then secondly for our core providers?
So what I'd say, if you're one of our community partners, firstly, thank you. Thank you for the phenomenal help and support you're giving to members of our community and to us as a council overall. I want you to continue to work with us, as you have been, to find the next opportunities to expand and grow that resilience in communities, firstly. So thank you, and please continue the work you've been doing with us. For some of our other partners, what I would say is the demand has not gone away. We've commissioned a piece of work earlier in the year to ensure that we're funding our providers correctly, and we want to continue to work on that. But we can only remain successful if we continue to grow and develop our approach. So again, firstly, a really big thank you to our providers, and secondly, please continue to work with us, whether you're a small micro provider, you're a large social care provider, or you're our NHS partner. For us, having a system that works really well, really effectively, quickly for individuals is absolutely what we need to continue to do.
And Stephen, perhaps you can just give us a bit more detail on the impact of those decisions, particularly on our NHS partners.
So we've been working really closely with our NHS partners and our social care partners as part of that response for the last 18 months. And the success collectively we've had is really, really remarkable. People leaving hospital earlier than ever before, people being delayed in hospital, the lowest it's ever been for the last 2 years, people being able to remain out of hospital and not needing to be readmitted at its lowest level in our models. Those are all things we want to continue to do, continue to grow. So the plans we've had around extending our services to 7 days, those plans have not been affected by any of the financial challenges. The work we're doing to get people out of hospital and to support them remaining out of hospital remains as critical as ever. So if you're worried that we may be stopping funding packages of support or we may be delaying people in hospital, absolutely not. In fact, we believe our success financially is based upon our success with individuals, helping them leave hospital, finding the right solutions as quickly and as appropriately as possible. We're going to continue to do that, and we're going to continue to support the transformation the system's been undergoing in that way.
Stephen, perhaps you can explain why the particular initiatives that were put forward as part of the financial challenge were chosen for adult services.
The savings in adults were put forward by adults. They were put forward because in the majority of cases they reflected the transformation activities that were already underway or were planned. So in fairness, they just enabled us to do things quicker or to continue to do work that we'd already got in plan. So they're just enabling us to move our transformation agenda forward even faster than we'd planned.
So Stephen, staff are understandably anxious about the announcements, and I just wondered if you can give some reassurance.
So let me begin by saying our staff and the staff of our partners are absolutely critical to the success we've had and the success we're going to need moving forward. In adults, we've restructured our service in the last 18 months. We've got a very clear strategy and we've got a very clear staffing structure to support implementing that strategy. So I can give you an assurance that we're not looking to either freeze vacancies or to reduce our headcount any further. We need staff. We absolutely need staff to continue to deliver the high quality work, the innovation, the support that's got us to this point moving forward. So if you're an existing member of staff and you're worried, please don't be worried. You're doing a fantastic job, having a fantastic impact on the people that we're here to support, and we need you to continue to do that. If you're somebody that's looking at this and wondering, why would I go to Somerset? I would say to you, if you want to go to an adult social care service that values innovation, looks to allow you to be creative, to do the things that took you into social care, we're the place for you. So please don't be put off by the noise in the system. It's a fantastic adult service. Its performance is improving constantly at a trajectory that few can match. It's the place to be if you want to make a difference. So don't be worried. Remain with us if you're one of our staff, and come and join us if you're somebody who's looking for a new adventure.
Thank you, Stephen.